Hello, everyone. In today's lecture, we'll be covering some more examples of point slope form and standard form, and we'll be taking one more example on that. And I'll be also taking some example from parallel and perpendicular line that we covered in the last lecture. So this is one example we have. We have to find the point slope form with the line given point of 0, -2, and 3, 4. So far we have covered all three: slope intercept form, point slope form, and a standard form. So we'll be first solving the line equation into point slope form. We'll be converting that into slope intercept form, and from slope intercept form, we'll go to the standard form. We can all follow the same procedure, just different steps we need to follow. That's it. So we'll find the slope. Sorry about that. Okay. So the slope will be m equal to y2 minus y1 x2 minus x1. So in our example, 3 and 4 will be our x2, y2. Will be x2, y2, and 0, -2 will be our x1, y1. So we'll be substituting these values. So 4 minus 2 and 3 minus 0. So we get 4 plus 2, which is equal to 6. So if we try to represent that into point slope form, we'll be just substituting this value, and we can take any 2 points. It doesn't matter, as I told you earlier. So we can take either this point or this point, and we can just substitute instead of y1 and x1, and we just found the slope. So I'm going to choose the 3 and 4 point. So y1 minus y minus y1 is equal to x minus x1, and we know the slope is 2. We're substituting m with 2, and now we'll be substituting the point, and now we'll be taking this point. So y1 in this case is 4. We're taking that point, and x1 will be 3. So this is the line equation in point slope form. We can take this equation and convert that into slope intercept form. So we'll be just solving for y. So y is equal to plus 4, 2x minus 6. Y is equal to 2x minus 2. That's slope intercept form. This is slope intercept. This is point slope. Okay, and the last one we'll do this standard. So we'll take this equation y equal to 2x minus 2. Standard form is we keep all the x's and y's on one side, and we put the number on the other side. So the standard form will look like this. Is just rearranging. There is no change. Exact same thing. It's just rewriting into different formats. Is equal to -2. So this is standard form. Standard. Okay, so I just did this example just to re-review it, and my video is having some issue. The voice wasn't clear, so I'm just giving you one example on how to do it. Whichever way you like, you can take it. Sometimes in exam they mention it, do it in point slope form or slope intercept form. In that case, you have to take the approach that they ask for. but usually you can do whichever you want. And I can solve this question in start with the slope intercept form as well. I personally like the point slope form because it's easy, but slope intercept form is also easy. And once you have the slope intercept form, we can easily go back to standard form. As simple as that. Okay, so now I'll do examples on parallel line and perpendicular line. Okay, so this question is giving an equation of a line, and it seems perpendicular to the graph. So this line is given, the line we are trying to find is perpendicular to this line and is passing through the given point 2, -1. So as we know, the rule of thumb for perpendicular line is the slope will be negative reciprocal. So M polar is going to be negative reciprocal of the original slope. So the new line, the perpendicular line slope will be negatively reciprocal of the line equation that's given. So in line equation, the slope is -5, and we'll substitute that here. And the perpendicular line slope will be +1/5, negative reciprocal. I keep repeating. Okay, so using the slope intercept form, we can write y equal to mx plus b, y equal to 1/5x plus b. Now we have to solve for b, and we know the rule for solving for b. We just have to substitute 1 point, but whichever is passing through. So we'll be substituting this point in the equation instead of x and y, and solve for b. We have done so many of this earlier. So I'll be substituting for y, which is equal to -1 and 1/x, and x is equal to 2 plus, plus b. So if we solve for b, we get equal to 10 over, we get 2/5. Sorry for the distraction. And we'll bring it on the other side. -5 minus 2 is equal to b, and b is going to be -7/5. So we found our b, we found our slope. So I'll be just inserting that into the formula. Y equal to mx plus b, and m is equal to 1/5, and b is equal to -7/5. 1/5x. Okay, so which is telling we have two lines, and one line is in perpendicular to other line. Okay, so we can, so this is line number 1, which is given, and there is another line in perpendicular to this. Is approximate, just to show how perpendicular line looks like. So again, this is the most important part here, is finding the reciprocal slope of the perpendicular slope. So perpendicular slope will be always reciprocal to the slope is given. Okay, that's the rule of thumb. So m perpendicular will be negative reciprocal of the given line. Okay, and if it is point passing through one point, we will be able to solve the y-intercept, which is b as well. Okay. And I'll do another example for parallel line. So in parallel line, we know slopes are same. So m1 is equal to m2. So we'll have the same slopes. We already have the equation. So y equal to 3x plus 6. So then new equation parallel will also have 3x plus b. We have to solve for the y-intercept. So the b we already know is passing through this point. So we'll be just substituting the point for x and y. And we'll just solve for b. Is equal to 12. So b is equal to -5. The new parallel line equation will be y equal to 3x plus b. Y is equal to 3x minus 5. And if we try to see that in a graph, so 3x plus 6 will be looking something like this, because this one has a y-intercept of 6 in the original equation. So it will look something like this. And this one has a y-intercept of -5. This will look something. I'm not doing an accurate graph. These are parallel lines and they will never intersect each other. So I just wanted to repeat this just to make it clear. So for perpendicular line, remember, it's negative reciprocal of the slope of the given line equation. And to solve for the y-intercept, it's always just substitute the point that's given and solve for it. I will show you that example again. So in this example, I keep repeating the perpendicular line, people get confused. So be very careful with the signs. Signs are very important. And it's always, if it is a fraction, be careful with the fractions as well. And always make sure it's just, and don't try to skip steps. Just put it in right steps so that you have less chance of making mistakes. Okay, so that was about it for today's lecture. I'll be doing something on elimination and substitution method later. Thank you.